Good day, everyone. This is Alvin again from the Philippines, and welcome to my second leaderboard for Miss Earth 2022. Welcome! So this is already my second leaderboard for Miss Earth 2022. I'm supposed to release this days ago, but then they have released that they will be doing their closed-door interviews, preliminary interviews, which is a very, very important factor that will determine who will make it in the first cut. So I decided maybe I'll just watch the entire interview first, and my goodness, it's more or less in 12 hours. So thankfully, I was able to watch all of the interview rounds, and I was also scoring it myself, making my own commentaries, and that's the reason that really affected my entire top 16, and it completely changed compared to my original leaderboard that I'm supposed to release. So I changed it based on the interview performance, and of course considering other factors as well, because we have to consider that other candidates may be the best in interviews, but that doesn't mean that they will get the placement directly, because they might not make it in terms of other factors. So I am considering other factors as well. So maybe you will be questioning my leaderboard, that where is someone, where is this, when they performed well on the interviews. As what I've said, I am considering other factors as well. But as of the moment, here's my current top 16. But before I will reveal my top 16, I will be giving a special shout out to the 5 ladies that belong to my warmed up list. They almost made it in my top 16, but they didn't. So here they are, in random order. Australia, Sheridan Mortlock. Brazil, Jessica Pedroso. Chile, Daniela Riquelme. Nepal, Vanshika Parmar. And India, Vanshika Parmar, and Nepal, Sarisha Shrestha. I'm so sorry. So these are the 5 ladies that is in my bubbling up list. 5 of them actually did very well in the interviews. Now for my top 16, we know that usually when it comes to the first cut selection, Miss Earth is doing some percentage when it comes to number of participants. So to be fair, what I did was 3 representatives from all groups: Asia and Oceania, Africa, Americas, and Europe. And then I added other 4 randomly. So here are my top 16 for the second leaderboard. Starting with my number 16, Zimbabwe. Sakile Dube, the queen of personality. She is such a super likable candidate, and her interview is one of my favorites. And I am hoping that she will be noticed by the judges as well, because she is just an amazing contender. I loved her in the meet and greet, and she just made me love her even more after that interview round. My number 15 goes to Kosovo. Vanessa Aliyai. I was immensely surprised by her performances during the interviews, which is a huge part in the selection process, as what I've said earlier. I think if it's just based on that performance alone, she's got a very, very huge chance of putting her country into the very first cut of the competition. And if she delivers in other rounds, then that would solidify her chances of making the cut. That performance alone is already a good start for Kosovo. Really, really good. My number 14 goes to Belarus. Lilia Levaya. As of this time, I can see her as a sure representative from the European region. To be honest, I think she's one of the strongest from the European group. She impressed me during the meet and greet, and her interview was just superb. She has a firmness in her public speaking. She knows what she's saying, and it's something that I truly love and commend about Belarus. My number 13 goes to Namibia. Diana Andimba. Her interview is one of the most flawless and one of the best and one of my favorites. Team Namibia really prepared her for that round, and that gives us a hint that Namibia isn't playing around. She could actually be skyrocketing in the next leaderboards once she delivers in other rounds of the competition. Her interview performance is a proof that they are preparing very well for this competition. My number 12 goes to the United States. Brielle Simmons. She may be the youngest, one of the youngest, but as of the moment, once she opens her mouth and started speaking, she will just leave you amazed and mesmerized and dazzled by her eloquence and wit. I mean, she is actually a threat to win, but of course, I have to see how she performs in other rounds. But to me, she's one of the ladies that could be a potential spoiler to get one of the elemental crowns. My number 11 goes to Belgium. Daphne Nivelle, strikingly beautiful, and her interview is quite good as well. And honestly, I think she's got a very high chance to be chosen as a sure placer from the European region. She has shown consistency in all rounds of the competition so far, and that's one of her strengths, consistency. My number 10 goes to the Philippines. Jenny Ramp. Although there are a lot of stronger candidates competing this year, I can see that she's determined to fight and do well in the competition. And I'm glad that she's actually delivering based on what I've watched and what I've seen so far. I am excited to see more to be convinced and see if she could even go higher on my list. But to me, there will be no question once she makes it in the first cut. My number 9 goes to Indonesia. Karina Basriwan, probably the strongest representative from Indonesia at this pageant. She's extremely well spoken, and by the performances that she's giving in each segment, it is very obvious that she is coming more prepared than what we're expecting. And I am looking forward to be impressed as well during arrivals, because I felt like she has so much more to show once they arrived in here. My number 8 goes to Somalia. Hibak Ahmed, my flag bearer from the African region. So far, she is so beautiful, and I am so glad that her country is represented this year. I also love the fact that even if she lives in the UK, her social works still focuses on helping her fellow men in Somalia. So watch out for this one too, because aside from being active in doing social works, she is well spoken, she's very smart, and she can slay the competition. My number 7 goes to Palestine. Nadine Ayub, one of my favorites as well to do very well this year. I wanted to see her place and do well because we need to see new countries on top. She's unbelievably gorgeous, and her impeccable performance during the interviews just proved to me that she is coming to fight, and I loved it. My number 6 goes to Colombia. Andrea Aguilera. I'm so happy that she competed in this competition, because even when she was at Miss World, when she talked about her beauty with a purpose, which was the battles of love, I believe, I knew she would be perfect for Miss Earth. And so far, I believe she is delivering. I honestly felt like this is kind of a low placement, because with her performances, I think Colombia has been deserving. She's been consistently doing well in the competition so far, and I won't be surprised if this year they're going to finally give the crown to Colombia, because Andrea is here to fight for that crown, and she could potentially do it. My number 5 goes to Venezuela. Ariana Pablos. Venezuela is the most consistent country in this pageant, and this year I am immensely amazed by Oriana. I mean, it is already given that she's amazing in terms of execution and performances, but her interview was actually a great revelation to me. It was a good surprise, and that's the reason why I can really see her as a sure top 8 placer, or most likely one of the elemental crown winners this year. I cannot accept any result for Venezuela that is less than a top 8. My number 4 goes to Puerto Rico. Paulina Villas. Puerto Rico is undoubtedly one of the strong candidates this year. She is actually much better than what I was expecting. Her styling was absolute perfection. Another incredible speaker in this batch, and fast forward to the other rounds and to other events of the competition, I can see her nailing the other preliminary events too, and that gives me an assurance that Puerto Rico is going to place very high this year. My number 3 goes to Korea. Mina Su Choi, the biggest surprise to me since meet and greet and during the interviews. Since Filipinos are actually obsessed with Korean culture, like the K-pop and K-drama, I wasn't surprised anymore when many fans here loved Korea already. She's stunning and extremely well spoken, and the adoration that she earned from the fans, she earned that by her performance, by her extremely good performance, and she deserved it. She could potentially pull Korea's highest placement in this competition. My number 2 goes to the Netherlands. Merrill Hendrickson, one of the consistently strong countries at this pageant, and they have sent another potential winner this year. Merrill has the beauty that perfectly fits the Miss Earth pageant. Her beauty is something that I would imagine as someone that could line up with the previous winners. And to me, her performances were just impeccable and strong enough to elevate her into a much higher placement this year. I am crossing my fingers that hopefully one of the elemental crowns will go to Netherlands this year. But as of the moment, for my second leaderboard, my number 1 goes to Cuba. Sheila Ravelo. She has always made me wow with her performances, and I think she deserves to be considered on top and as a front runner and as a crown contender as of this time. She is strikingly beautiful, she aced her interviews, and she is performing like a real strong contender would perform in this competition. And the way she commands attention, I think Cuba could be our potential winner this year. She has that perfection in her, that irresistible charm, and if you have someone that you're supporting with, once you see Cuba, you would immediately say, oh my gosh, this one is a threat. And everything that I've said, that's what I felt while seeing Cuba perform. She is the one to watch out for. But we'll see. This is just my opinion. So, this is it. My second leaderboard for Miss Earth 2022, and I am looking forward again to know your favorites, to know your thoughts about the ranking, and let's see if we share the same list of favorites. So don't forget to leave your comments below, don't forget to give a thumbs up, share the video as well, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to follow Miss Earth in all of their platforms, and let's continue to support the pageant and their advocacy and their cause, because their cause is very, very important, because it's not just about the pageant. It's for us as a human race. Okay? So again, don't forget to subscribe. So thank you very much. And once again, this is Alvin again from the Philippines. Bye-bye.